I would like to know if in buying European stocks, whether a PEA makes sense for a US citizen. I believe European stocks would be taxable in France, but not in the US. And I believe the PEA provides a tax shield in France. But is there a tax shield in the US? Cedric, what are your thoughts on this as an investment advisor?
My understanding is the PEA, it's similar to the assurance vie. It's not tax sheltered because it's not a retirement account. So it's an investment account. It's not tax sheltered in the US. But then the investments, if you invest in stocks, then obviously you don't have the PIFIC issue. So then that could be fine, but you still have to worry about taxation in the US. The PER, Plan d'Épargne Retraite, it's a retirement account, then that's different. So then the PEA would not be considered a pension plan, yeah. So it would be taxable.
Okay, so just to be clear, there's the PER and the PEA. So the PEA is the Plan d'Épargne en Action.
Yeah.
And so the other one is?
Plan d'Épargne Retraite. It means like a pension, retirement, yeah.
Okay, right. And so just so we have it clearly, under either circumstance, it is not tax deferred in the US, correct?
Well, the pension is, yeah. So I have clients that have PER and they're tax deferred in both. It's the same thing in the IRA is tax deferred in France and in the US. And the same thing, the PER, it's tax deferred in France and in the US because it's a pension, a French pension. Would be taxable in France when you withdraw funds from it, but it's tax deferred right now if you have one. The PEA is tax deferred in France, but it's not tax deferred in the US. So it's still considered a taxable investment. So it's sheltered like the assurance vie in France, but not in the US.
Okay, so both are tax deferred or tax preferred in France, but only one would be in the US.
Yeah,
which is a PR, not a PEA.
Yeah.
And there's and furthermore, if I'm understanding you correctly, there's a risk depending on what you're investing in that we can go back to the whole PFIC issue that we mentioned. Otherwise, if it's direct in a stock, then that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, right. So one needs to be very careful because depending on what it is, you may have to make a PFIC declaration, as we discussed earlier. That's the Form 8621. It can be a declaration on the Statement of Foreign Financial Assets 8938. It could be on the FBARs as well, depending on what you've invested in. So FinCEN 114, or otherwise known as the Foreign Bank Account Report. So I think really the thing that one needs to be careful of is not just the idea of whether it's tax deferred or not, but the danger of inadvertently finding yourself in that PFIC situation, which is quite punitive to that U.S. taxpayer. And I guess that's why it's super important for someone to consult with someone like you, Cedric, someone who's qualified and who understands both systems and is able to give that advice, as opposed to someone who just wants to sell you stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
They can be kind of secure us with the truth. Now, while we're on that point, aside from someone that's qualified, what else should someone be looking for in that financial advisor?
Yeah, so the main thing is to find someone that can understand your needs, both in the US and in France, because what I see is I see a lot of people that have even a tax advisor in the US that doesn't really understand what's happening in France. So they don't really ask questions. They don't know what to ask. So the clients don't know what to disclose. So then to find people that actually understand what they need and what the risk and consequences are of investing in those investments, because you can be like years and years, investing in the wrong investment, and you're going to have, penalties and taxes. It might be a big problem later on. And sometimes people don't want to come clean because then it's too late. They feel like after 10 years, they should just, not, do anything about it and just, but I feel like, the IRS, they're hiring thousands and thousands of people. So, there's a great source of income for, the IRS, I would say, to not just not look at it, not, turn a blind eye, just deal with it. If there's a problem, tax professionals, like yourself, you guys can figure out a way to get the clients back on track and compliant. But if you're planning or you don't have any investments right now, to make the right decisions before you start investing, to have a plan, because Americans want to have a great retirement, and when you're in Europe, you feel like you cannot plan because you cannot invest anywhere. So to have a team around you, a tax advisor, financial advisor that understand your needs, you can plan and still have a great retirement plan.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing that.
So if you're a 6, 7, or 8-figure investor, entrepreneur, or business owner who needs a tailor-made solution from a qualified team of professionals, we can help you achieve the international lifestyle, the freedom, and even the tax savings you're looking for. Visit us at htj.tax and live that international life.